Following up on the topic which I've been continuing from the beginning, as Mr. Goel has said that we need to put in new products, bring in import, so that we can replace the existing products now with the imported products with Indian products. A lot of things have taken place, as I told you about the with the PLI coming into, and with the government willing to give support to startups, and government is willing to give a push up for all newer things of formulations. I'm sure we are on the right step. But then I have to link it to what Mr. Sanyal has said. In a recent talk, Mr. Sanyal has expressed he is in the part of the empowered economic committee of the government of India, and is a special advisor to the Prime Minister's office. I would say he's part of the Prime Minister's inert people who give him, and the PM is willing to listen to them. In that kind of a group. Now, he has expressed that running a business in India, filling up forms, submitting it, getting a reply, and then again replying, again filling up form, is costing India a lot of time and energy. And people are going out of India to set up businesses, or I would say even going to different states, because we are finding it difficult to fill in the bureaucratic process and satisfy the bureaucratic process to set up an industry. Now, let us not blame the bureaucrats. The bureaucrats are not the cause for it. We are the cause for it. Because, sadly, we are known to take shortcuts. We always like to go by a one way. We like to come because there is an empty road in the opposite direction, we take that road. In order to avoid a U-turn, we take a shortcut and climb over the barricade. We do all sorts of things to take shortcuts. That is our attitude and our habit. We have still not changed it in a great manner. Well, we have to try to do that. Now, I'm digressing. But that is the reason. The bureaucrats, they will be blamed if something happens to a particular place. For example, if you look at the sterilite industry, the sterilite copper industry in Tuticorin, it was established after a long process, completion of all certificates, completion of all type of operations, and then it was running successfully. Due to certain, factors, it was forced to close. And now today, India is importing copper. Now, how could we have solved this problem? As a what we call a layman, I do not know the scientific process. I do not know the cause of the pollution. I do not know very many things why it was closed. Many of them said it was the pollution. Well, today the world has enough technology, enough knowledge to reduce the pollution. They could have sat together, they would have discussed the matter, and the bureaucrats could put in a new set of laws by which they would have been able to protect the interests of the people, reducing pollution, reducing the contamination of the soil, and also making the process more efficient. And it would have bettered for everybody. It would have been better for India. It would have been better for Tuticorin as a place in the state of Tamil Nadu, and the people of Tuticorin also. Well, the process has to be refined. As Sanyal said in a recent case where, there is a process by which we need to transfer unpaid dividends to the government if it has not been paid for a period of 7 years from the date of declaration of dividend. The cause may be so many things: airship, no non-dematted shares, lost shares, replaced shares, so many factors. But the fundamental principle is, if the dividend has not been paid to the shareholder, 7 years later, it should be sent to be transferred to the government investor education fund, a new fund, a new good process which has been envisioned by the government. Now, when all the processes are settled, the people can apply using their legal process. They will be able to apply to the government and get their funds. Now, he said there were 25 to 30 processes for the purpose of application. And if you make one mistake in the 25th process, you start again from number one. So you can imagine the stress a person has to get back a meager amount of 10,000 or 12,000. It may be meager. For him, it may be a big amount. So he said, today he has reduced the process to about 5-10 steps. So each one of the processes in India need to be reviewed. Each bureaucrat should, speak to each other. As he said also, that one portal was not talking to another portal was not reflecting another portal. All these aspects are there. So I think that if bureaucrats are not left in isolation, and bureaucrats do not think that their operation ends with the file being initialed by them and sent out. No. It should be a constructive policy by which each portal by which this bureaucrat operates should talk to another portal which has an impact on this activity of this particular bureaucratic activity. So I think, as I would say, Mr. Goyal's portal should talk to Mr. Sanya's portal, and both of them should work together so that the ease of doing business in India improves. And I'm sure that if we are able to improve this, talking process, the reduction in the requirements of setting up an industry will be easy. Each state need not look at its isolation and say, I am the greatest and I don't want. Bharat consists of 28 today, so many states. And if each one of these states talk together, stand together, put together resources, ascertain, yes, this resource is available there, my resource is available here, I have this resources. So let us work together where the resources can be put together and formulate one policy so that what Mr. Goyal imagines, how we can put India on the map of manufacturing. Now, China has done it because it's a dictatorship. India is a democracy. We can't push and put drive things to the throats of the people. We need to take them together so that we do not end up with another, a Nandigram or another Sterlite. So many industries have closed down because of these pressures of the people, because they have not been taken into confidence. Unless the people are brought into the confidence so that they understand, and that can be done only by the bureaucrats who are working in every nook and corner of every state, of every part of the state. In a state from from one bench to the other bench, they know the operations. And if we structure the bureaucracy in a different way, in a more, I would say, more structured, methodical way, which the current Bharat requires, not the pontificated Anglo, Saxon methodology of running a country. They did it for their selfish purpose of running their business for their country. Now, those kind of rules, I would say, obsolete thinking methodology should change, and it should fall into the requirements of how Bharat should develop. Today, India, I would say, India, that is Bharat. That's why I'm taking Bharat, Bharat, Bharat. How Bharat should develop. If we are able to put these things together, I'm sure the thinking of Mr. Goyal and blending the thoughts of Mr. Sanya, we will be able to get a more, a better country. And unless we work together and restructure our bureaucratic process and our operations, this will be difficult. But as I think the way in which this government is working, they will be able to smooth it out, and we will be having a better, performance operations within the next few years. Thank you.